Namaskar, Meditation Magic channel. On the Meditation Magic channel's today's session, we are welcoming you. Good morning to all of you. Today we are having our master Jaslinji. She is a very good master. We have done several sessions with her before. Jaslinji has been practicing energy medicine for 4 years, and she is also a Reiki master as well as an numerologist. She's been doing meditation also for past 10 years. And so let's listen more from Jaslinji in today's session. Today we're going to discuss about 5 elements. So Jaslinji, welcome to you on our channel.
Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity
And
to share
over
the contents. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me, and thank you for letting me share this 5 elements and the energy medicine. Okay, thank you, folks. So we can share the screen. Today, the topic we're going to be talking is about 5 elements. We all have 5 elements in our body. Okay. Is the screen shared?
Yeah, we can share the screen now.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so this is the 5 elements. We all have the second screen. Oh, sorry, what did you do? So we all have 5 elements in our body based on, and this plays a prominent role on our body, on our characteristics, and also how we move in this world. And the 5 elements are water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. Unlike Ayurvedic, where, we say it is air, the air is changed into metal. And each one of it has emotions attached to it, and also the organs attached to it. Okay, the second screen, I'm sorry, where did it go? I'm not doing it properly. Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk about water. Water, the characteristics of water are that it doesn't like to be rushed. The water people like to move really slow. They don't like to move around too fast. And they're very slow in moving. The organs that are attached, they speak with a babyish voice, and they're mostly, they're thin looking. The organs that are associated with the water is kidneys and bladder. The emotion for the water is mostly fear of any kind, fear of moving in this world, fear of dark places, fear of being loved, any kind of fear. And the location is, it's on the right hip bone, where the right hip bone and the body attaches. That's where it is located. So secondly, we're going to talk about the emotion wood. We're going to talk about wood, and the wood characteristic people. They are very, they speak with authority and self-confidence. They are quick to the point. They don't like to talk stories about the situation. They just come out and say what they want to. They're very solid looking, sturdy, and they have an upright character. They carry themselves really straight and this thing. The elements that are attached to the wood is liver and gallbladder, and that is and the emotion that is associated with it is anger. It is 2 kinds of anger. The liver anger is anger outward towards the people, towards the public or friends, whoever. And the gallbladder has anger that is within us. We are angry about things that we don't accomplish, things that we feel like we should have finished, but we didn't finish them. That's the anger. And the location of it is, if you were to trace from the navel to the right side of your waist, that's the location of the uh, anger. So next we're going to talk about wood, water. Next element, please. It's fire. And the fire, these people are very buoyant. They have so much energy within them all the time. They're very charismatic and they're very radiant looking. And they love drama. They like to say anything, with a lot of drama. They won't come to the straight to the point. Um, they are very strong, and they use hands to represent themselves. And the organs that are associated with this thing is small intestine and triple warmer. The fire actually has 4 elements attached to it, and the location of it is right at the rib cage, right here. And it is triple warmer, small intestine, heart, and pericardium. Those are the 4 elements associated with the fire element. And there, like I said, it is, and the emotion associated with this anxiety and panic. When the person can get anxious real easy, and they get panic about situation. So that's what the emotions are connected to it. So next we're going to talk about earth. And the earth people are very round and chubby. They just like this thing, they like to move slowly and deliberately, and they love to sing or hum. So you may have found some people that are, very good singers. You'll notice sometimes they are a little bit chubbier and rounder. The organs that are associated with the uh, earth element is stomach and spleen. And these people, the emotions that are attached to it are this thing is worry or over compassion. They love to give give selflessly. They are just, like Mother Teresa. When you think of earth element, you think about Mother Teresa, because she just gave selflessly so much. So that's the earth people. And the location of it is, if you were to trace from the navel to the left side of your hip, left side of your waist, that's where the location is connected. And next, we're going to talk about metal. We're going to talk about metal. So the metal is the metal people are very elegant and poised. They speak with reflection and thoughtfulness. They walk with grace and inner stillness. And the organs that are associated with the metal is lung and large intestine. The emotions that are attached to this is grief and learning to let go. Grief of anything, grief because you're not feeling well, and you just have grief about situations, circumstances, and you're not easy to let go of things. You keep thinking and pondering about things. And the location of it is to the left bone, from the navel to the left bone. That's where the metal element is located. So next we're going to talk about, so these are what we are. So now how do we distinguish that what element we are? Because that dominates who you are on this earth, how you present yourself to the public, to the people, to your friends, to your family. Okay, and so your element. So meridian flow is associated with elements, and the rhythms are associated with the emotions. So we have 2 sets of it, because as you know, we have emotions, and then we have 14 meridian pathways. So the meridians are associated with the element, like I said, and the pulse points is the way to test these. Like in Ayurveda, if you go and they will just hold your wrist like this, and they'll tell you what is off. They talk about vata, pitta, and kapha. Unlike energy medicine, we actually have points right here on the wrist that we hold, and we just listen to it. If you feel like one of the fingers is a little bit jumpy and not flowing steady, then there is an imbalance in that organ, in that meridian. And so if you touch lightly on the left wrist, as you can see over here in the picture, then it is showing that we have first finger is associated with small intestine, the second one with the gallbladder, and the third one is associated with bladder. And if you hold the same points and just hold it a little bit deeper, you will still feel one of them is a little bit jumpier. Little later, I'm going to show you how to work on yourself and how to figure out which organ is off or which organ is a little bit of imbalance, not off, but just imbalance sometimes. Same way, we hold with the right wrist, we hold very lightly over here with 3 fingers. And whenever we are holding lightly, we just close the eyes for a moment and we feel the movement of the energy in our body. And you will feel one of them may be a little bit jumpy, or maybe they're all balanced. It just depends. And on the right side, they are associated with, large intestine, first finger, second finger is stomach, and the third finger is trypoblema. And the deeper ones are lung, spleen, and this thing. So those are the 5 elements, and that's how you know which element is off or which element you need to work on. Okay, so next we're going to talk about, so this is the testing emotion. So this is our body, and as you can see, this at the center is the navel, and from the navel, like I said, if you were to go to the right hip bone, you'll see the organ of kidney and bladder. On the left one, there's liver and large intestine, gallbladder. Up on the 4th fire element on the rib cage is where we have all the 4 elements here. And on the right hand side is on the left hand side is bladder and stomach, and then there's the lung and large intestine. So next we're going to talk about we're going to talk about emotions and where they're located and how we can work on balancing those emotions. Before I go on to the screen, I wanted to check and see, do you if anybody can tell me, would you guys like to know how to figure out which element you're off, or how to test those 5 elements? Actually, yes. I have a friend over here that I can work with and show you how to test and see which element is off for her. So yes, then you can trace it yourself. And I'm going to show you how, I'm going to demonstrate on myself also to show you how where my elements are off. Okay. So first of all, I'm just going to let her just hold her hand. Can you see her?
Yes.
Her hand? Yeah.
Yes.
So this is her hand, and I'm just going to push a little bit. Don't let me push too hard. Just hold. So she's strong, right? So when if it goes weak like this, that means her element is off. I'm sorry. I need you to, yes, right here. Right. Yeah. Okay. Can you see this? Right.
Yes.
You can, so yes. Right now your navel is located here. Is it okay for me to hold your navel? So this is her navel. I'm just going to trace it a little bit to the right hip bone. Okay, I'm going to hold the hand and I'm going to push with one finger. See, it's a little bit, it's strong. She's not weak. And then I'm going to trace from the navel to the right waist, and I'm going to hold and I'm going to test. She's a little bit weak on it. You see her arm is going down a little bit?
Yes.
So she's a little bit weak on liver and gallbladder. And so I'm going to take my hand and trace it a little bit deeper and firmly up to the rib cage. Can you see this? She's a little bit weak on that also.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to trace it from here, from the navel deeply and firmly down to the left waist. Hold. See, she's strong. With one finger, she's not allowing me to push it down. It's not going down. And from the navel to the left hip bone, right here, where it attaches, hold, and that is strong. So she is off on wood and fire element. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to show you how to balance her quickly. Is it okay?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
You don't have to balance. So the element over here is wood and gallbladder. I don't need this anymore. So all I'm going to ask her is to hold one hand over here and one hand over here, because here's a liver organ associated and there's a gallbladder. So if she holds those two for just 1 or 2 minutes, it will be balanced.
Oh, okay. Can you move her in front of the camera?
Yeah,
that's
better?
better. Yeah, that's better.
You can see her?
Yes.
So all she's doing is holding one hand here and one hand on the liver, because the liver organ is located right here on the right. So this is to balance immediately. If you're feeling off somewhere, you can balance. Of course, there's a little deeper ones. If your meridian pathways are blocked, then you need to do acupressure points to clear the energy. But doing this just for 1 or 2 minutes also balances the organ. And then I'm going to work with her on the emotions, how to balance that to give her further stability. Okay, how's that feeling? Feeling calmer, feeling better?
Calmer, yes.
Okay, I'm going to let go and I'm going to test her now, okay? So I'm going to stay here. So here's her navel, and I'm going to trace it to the left, right hip, waist. Hold. See, it's strong, much better. It's much better. I'm not able to push it down. Okay, I'm pushing too much pressure. I'm not able to push it down. Do you see that? So now we're going to work with the fire. So the fire has 4 elements. It has triple warmer and small intestine. So first I'm going to get her to hold small intestine and triple warmer. So the triple warmer is always located here. So I'm going to get her to hold this point right here. This will take care of both the points, so small intestine and triple warmer, because the small intestine meridian actually goes from here, starts from here. No, it starts from the finger, goes up our shoulder, and then opens up into the ear. So if someone has an ear problem, like tinnitus or hard of hearing, it may be that there's some imbalance going on in the small intestine that's causing them to have a lack of hearing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let it go. For time's sake, I'm not going to get her to hold too long. And then there's a pericardium and there's a heart. So all I'm going to do is get her to hold her hand right here, right? Yes, like that. Okay, so this right here is where the pericardium starts and ends on the 3rd finger. Later, sometime we can learn about how to trace the meridians. And then the heart is right here. So she's just going to hold it here to calm and balance her heart and pericardium. Pericardium is also known as the protector of the heart. When people are having issues with their heart, it's because their pericardium is off balance, and that's why they are having heart issues. If they were actually able to keep their pericardium always balanced, then there will be no heart troubles at all. I mean, when I think of it, I think universe has made our system so beautifully that it knows how to protect ourselves. Our system can heal ourselves. It's really beautiful. Okay, just a few more seconds. I'm going to allow you to hold it. Feeling better? Much calmer.
I'm feeling much awake.
Much awake. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to test her, okay, for the fire element. So I'm going to trace it from here up to the ribcage and hold. You see, she's strong. I'm pushing quite a bit. She's strong. You get it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's how you trace it, and that's how you balance those emotions. That meridians. If there's we say clogging in the meridian pathways, you can quickly balance yourself like that. Of course, if there's a current constant problem with something, then you have to do acupressure points to balance it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can go on screen sharing where it was about emotions. Where did he go? Emotions, please. Okay. Yes, right here. So now emotions, like we talked about earlier, that emotions are associated with the organs. It is, we think it is just, we are off, but really it is associated with this. So now we have what we call these two bumps on our heads. I think everybody can feel it. Does anybody want to say yes, or does anybody want to? No, Vaishali ma'am, do you feel your bumps on your head?
Yes, yes.
Okay, those are called as neurovascular points, we call them.
Mhm.
And those are the basic, if anytime, how we say, oh my gosh, we unknowingly do this. Oh my gosh, today I'm not feeling good. Oh my gosh, this happened to me. Do you remember? Everybody does that, right?
Yes.
They don't even know what they're doing. By holding these hands, they are actually bringing the blood and this energy to their forebrain so that they can start becoming calmer. When we are holding this, it starts rushing the blood to the forebrain. And that's when we start feeling calmer. So these are the basic points. And when we are holding back here, can you see me?
Yes.
So here, when you're holding in the back over here, we're holding for fear. If you're feeling fear at any time, just hold these points for 2 to 3 minutes and you will feel the fear dissipate. It will disappear. Okay.
Okay.
And then there is another points are for right here. If you hold over here, we are anxiety. We are covering anxiety, panic. Whenever you're feeling anxious, nervousness, panic, you just come and hold these points over here. These are located, where the ears are starting point, as if you were to trace a line and just come above and just hold these points. These points have to be held every time you're having an issue with any emotion and you want to let go of that emotion. You're going to hold it like that. Okay, so this is for the panic, anxiety, and that nervousness. And then on top of your head, you are holding the points for letting go and grief, lung and large intestine, as you can see in the picture.
Yes, yes.
Right, so you're holding for lung. If you're having grief about something and you're not able to, sometimes you have inevitable circumstances, like a family member goes away from the life, and then you're feeling so much grief about it because it's very hard for you to let go because you were so bonded with that person. But if you start holding these points on daily basis for 2 to 3 minutes, you will feel much calmer and you will be able to let go of it within a week, unlike holding it for months at times. So, and then when we come back over here, we hold the points here and to the side of our eyes. We are holding these points for triple wormer and gallbladder, and that's for anger and stress. Triple wormer is associated with stress. Whenever we are feeling stressed out, and that's why, we say, oh my gosh, you don't even realize what you did, but you actually were taking your stress out. Right?
Yes. We don't know, but we are always sitting like that.
Yes,
Automatically.
because
Yes.
instinctively your body knows what to do. You
Right.
see?
Right.
We don't even know. You don't know the points because you haven't learned, but instinctively the body knows how to heal and correct itself. So that's what we do. Okay.
Yes.
So I believe that's the emotions, and I believe that's all my presentation. If anybody has any more questions, of course, there's a lot more. In conclusion, I just want to say, we feel we are really blessed having this wonderful body that we have to work with. And then we have electromagnetic energy inside our hands. We have our hands, they are healing. We don't know, but they have electromagnetic energy. And if we just keep it on different parts of our body, we can start bringing healing and strength to our organs. And we can shift energy and balance ourselves in few minutes, as little as 2 to 3 minutes. So by doing so, we can prevent ourselves from surgeries, taking medications, and we can sleep better knowing that we have taken care of ourselves. So thank you for listening to me. I hope I made some sense of 5 elements: location and the organs and the emotions that are attached to it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It is very good information. Yeah, we need to practice it.
Yes.
I have a question that you said that we have to check our body. So it's any hand is okay or on the
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me show you how I check on myself, because I don't have anybody working for me, right? So how I check on myself is what I do. I keep my left hand here, and I first push my hand down and see it is firm, right? It's not moving. You
No, it's
see it?
not moving.
Yes. So now I'm going to trace from my navel. I'm going to trace it to the right hip. And then I'm going to check and see it's not moving, right? I'm pushing, it's not moving, right? So then I'm going to trace it from here to here. And then with the intention that I'm working on my liver and gallbladder, okay? And then I'm going to test it and it's strong, right? Now I'm going to trace it from up to the rib cage and this, and I'm going to test and see. And that's still strong. See, I'm pushing quite a bit. You see that?
Yes, it is strong.
Yeah, and then I'm moving from my this to left waist, and I'm holding there with the intention that I'm checking on stomach and spleen, which is weak, which I know is always weak. I have to work on myself on daily basis. And then from here, and from here to the left, this thing, I'm going to test for lung and large intestine, and it is strong. So the only element that is off for me, this is how you can test yourself on daily basis. And then you can work with yourself based on that. So now, like I know my stomach and spleen, so I'm just going to go and hold stomach point starts here, actually where the cheekbone ends. That's where the meridian pathway starts from. So I'm going to hold that point, and I'm going to hold my spleen, which is spleen is right here. It ends here. So I'm just going to hold that and balance it for a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how you balance yourself with different things.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's pretty easy, but
Yes.
we need to know how to do it.
Yes. Anybody has any questions regarding that?
I have one more question.
Sure.
You said that to checking our organ, right? With the
Right.
hands. Okay. So you said that if you check, then maybe one of the finger from the 3 finger, it's jumping. So okay, so that organ is weak, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, that organ is weak. Either it has excess energy or it may not have enough energy. And there is another test that we do for over energy and excess energy, which is like you have to lay the person on the table and you have to, hold, check with this one, because this shows the energy moving in our hands. And then we have to move certain leg positions and hand positions, like for gallbladder, it's at, I think, at 30-degree angle where we come and push and see if the gallbladder is strong. So the spleen, we just put here and we check and see if the spleen is moving. See, mine is moving. It's not staying here. So it's like that. There's different parts of the body that is associated with different body organ. Like, I had a client that actually had surgery done for her ankles. And she went for physical. What happened was, in the process, she actually lost all the energy and all the muscle tone in her thighs. So she did 2 months of physiotherapy, and she was not able to climb the steps because she used to work in school, and she had to walk the steps every day in order to go to her classroom to teach. So someone suggested, that she should come and see me. So she came and saw me, and she said that she's not able to climb steps. I knew immediately what the problem was. So I knew that it was a small intestine issue. So when I gave her the exercise to do the small intestine on daily basis, within 2 weeks, she called me and said, my gosh, I am able to climb without huffing and puffing. I have no problems now whatsoever, and my muscle strength is much stronger in my thighs. So sometimes, physiotherapy is good. I'm not saying they're bad, but sometimes when you know exactly which organ is being fired by which this thing, you can get relief immediately.
Right. Correct.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So any more questions from any viewers?
Yes. Blossom. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Thank you for a wonderful session. So my question is like, which element is for acid reflux and pancreas? And what are the remedies we can take?
Acid reflux is obviously stomach, but the pancreas is, I think it's earth element. It's connected to the earth element, if I'm not mistaken. So what happens is, because they have acid, the stomach and spleen, those are the ones that are off. Most probably spleens. Most of the time, what I've noticed in my experience from practicing this for 4 years is that spleen is always undernourished, and stomach always has more energy. So if you take energy away from stomach and you've strengthened the spleen, everything would come back to balance. So the easiest way to do is, I'll give you a simple exercise if you want to try it. Is, we call it it's also called triple warmer in this one, but you're holding the stomach organ as well as the triple warmer and the spleen also, because the spleen is right here. So if you hold this from side to side like this, just giving a hug to yourself, you will start strengthening the stomach and spleen. Actually, the stomach has to be sedated. There's acupressure points, we call it. The simplest way, I'm telling you, which we usually don't, but what the person can do is go to the second toe and hold the second toe for 3 minutes. The acid will start moving, and the excess energy will start relieving from it, and he'll start feeling better. And right here I said to hold because this is the ending point of the spleen. It starts from the first toe and ends up to here. So that's a pathway. If you were to fix the pathway, like for the stomach, you can either hold second toe and this first point here. It will start clearing the stomach energy, and the person will start feeling much better.
So you're saying second toe to get both the feet?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
You're saying like hold the second, 4 minutes, right?
Yes.
And
second toe.
So that for both the feet we have to do together?
Yes. First I would strengthen the spleen by holding the first toe and this point here, right here. You see it? Where where the rib cage is ending, right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the first toe, where you can first toe inside, you can hold that point. It will strengthen the spleen.
So it's in a cross. If we touch the right side, we have to hold the left toe.
No, we have to do the same side.
Okay.
We have to do the same side. Yes, for that you have to say. But sometimes what happens, are polarities off. If you notice, as we see the older people, they have low energy on generally, right? It's because their polarities are off. The polarity, what I mean by polarity is our body is made to go from left to right, because we say left brain, right brain, right?
Right.
So sometimes the brain is not sending messages from left to right. And then what happens in that case, we call it in energy medicine, the person is homolateral. Homolateral in the sense that if I were to show you a picture like this, straight two fingers, and then I test you here, and if you become weak, that means you're homolateral. But if I show you a picture like X over here and test you, and you go strong on it, then you are not homolateral. Your energies are crossing. And when that happens, what happens? The body starts healing much quicker, much faster. That's why you see when people come out of surgeries, they have little bit heart issue to get, some people will get healed within 2 weeks, and some people with the same issue will take months to heal because they are in a homolateral pattern. But if they were to fix that homolateral pattern, they will start healing within 3 to 4 weeks. Am I making sense?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
No, it's very important and good information. So you are good.
Yeah, thank you. So yes, so in other words, the Miss what was her name? I'm sorry.
Blossom.
Blossom. Yes. So just check that homolateral pattern also, because the pancreas is one condition that is constant, no? Because you have diabetes, because the pancreas associated with diabetes. So they first need to fix the polarity. The easiest way to fix the polarity is I'm going to give everyone, if they want to do with me, this exercise. Okay. So from left, right. Yes, right. So right, you start doing 1, 2, 3, 4. And with the left hand, you say 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, I switched over. So with the right, I'm doing from pinky to the first finger. And from the left one, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I were to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So even I'm having problems. So what this does is gets the left brain, right brain working, and the blood rushing through the brain. And it starts, so the person can come out of that and fix the polarity themselves on daily basis. Was anybody able to do it? Sandhya, were you able to do it? Or Vaishali ma'am, were you able to do this exercise?
Yes.
From left hand, from right to left. And this one, and if you close the eyes and do it, you'll see you'll miss it. It will not be coordinated enough.
2, 3, 4, 1.
Yes.
Right?
Sometimes miss it. Yes.
Yes, because it is not perfect. It is not perfect. So we need to work on daily basis to make sure that it is crossing over.
4.
Okay.
1, 2.
So we need to do every day this exercise.
Yes, this
1,
exercise on daily
2,
basis.
3.
Okay.
Until you can close your
1,
eyes, do it
2,
without thinking,
3,
then you're
4.
perfect, because then
1,
your energies are healing. You have
1,
less
2,
pain.
3, 4.
You have
1,
no
2,
problem
3,
with,
4.
how
1,
people say, old people say, I cannot
1,
remember. That issue will
1,
not.
2, 3.
Sandhya ma'am, did you get it?
Yeah. I think by default our hands goes together, right? Same way.
Yes.
So to
See,
alter it, I was able to do it, but sometimes I'll miss one or two.
yes.
Yeah. So I practice then.
You have to be very conscious of it. You can openly do it, but when you close your eyes and you do it, it is
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, have you tried that? Like try writing number 6 with your hand and try to do the same with your leg, but do the opposite way. And you will not be able to do it. It has to go in the same direction.
Yes. Yeah. See, so those are left brain, right brain. That's why they say, you have to do yoga so that left and right brain are coordinating. But this simple exercise can fix that and start healing in your body. And you'll notice you have less pain, you have less stiffness. Everything is moving in your body much better.
Yeah.
And how many times we need to do that?
I'm sorry?
How many times we need to do that?
I would say at least 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, not 10 to 15 minutes, but 10 to 15 times. What I'm saying, yeah, not 15 minutes, but 10 to 15 times once a day, or even in the evening, if you think of it and do it again. I think your body will start memorizing and remembering, and then your left and right brain will start working much better. You can remember things. Sometimes we say, "Oh my gosh, I don't know, I forgot, I kept this somewhere, but I'm not able to find it." Right? We do that so many times instinctively, especially with keys of the house, keys of the car. We do that, right?
Glasses.
Yes, exactly. It's because our brains are not working properly in a right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So right hand start from left and left hand start from right.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
understand.
Opposite.
And
Opposite.
this starts like this.
Okay,
So
okay.
coordinating, yes.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Okay.
you second toe for 3 minutes
I'm sorry.
for the acidity. Second to hold both the toes, second toe for 3 minutes.
Yes, for 2 to 3 minutes, you'll feel better. Your stomach will be able to digest things better. The excess energy from the stomach will be cleared. And then the spleen, if you strengthen the spleen, the pancreas will start working better.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Sorry.
Jaslinji, I have a question.
Sure.
Why do we get dry skin? And can we do something?
Yes,
But,
the dry skin is because of the large intestine. The skin problems are associated with large intestine. Constipation, skin problems is, on the whole, the metal element is off. That's why the skin problems happen. So for the large intestine, you have to see whether you have excess energy or you have less energy. You have to find out that first. But most cases I have seen that it's always depleted. No, it's actually more energy.
more energy.
But yes, and that's why you have problems with constipation. So if you just hold this point here, it will remove the excess energy from the large intestine. You see this right here, this point here?
Mhm.
Actually, there is a sedating and strengthening points for it. What happens is sometimes what I notice, the more and I'm more working with people, what I'm realizing is that when we remove the energy from one organ, just like that from here, it's like a hose. I'm going to give you a simile of a hose, the water hose. If you turn the water hose on and leave it on, what will happen? You'll have a puddle, right?
Mhm.
And then the puddle will either dry up in the weather, or sometimes the puddle will stay there and it will start damaging your flooring or damaging outside. You'll have grass growing, weeds growing, right?
Right.
So you have to think of your body the same way. If you're going to open this and not close it, you're going to have spills, excess energy going into another organ.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Am I making sense? If you open the hose and you turn it off, then of course, there's no excess spill. So like, I'm going to show you example of my strengthening and sedating points over here. So you want to see large intestine, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to show you the large intestine here. So this over here, can you see this?
Yes.
No. Yeah, we can see, but
You see this large intestine here?
Can you hold down a little bit more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, here. You see this large intestine here?
yes.
See, there is 2 points over here. When I'm telling you, here is a shortcut, but realistically speaking, bladder 66 needs to be held with this, and then we need to close this points over here for 1 minute. So I'm going to show you. So I don't know if I can.
Can you
You
send me this picture after the session?
Yes, I will send it to you. You
Oh.
want to? Can you bring your this? Yeah, your foot. Your foot.
So
Yes.
yeah, foot,
Okay. Can you
left
see
foot.
her toe?
Yes.
Can you see her toe? So the bladder 66 is right here. You see this point here?
It's
Where
on the right foot or
Okay, here. Is that better? Can you see this?
yes.
This ending here. So
Mhm.
I will hold her point here and I'll hold her point here to hold it for 3 minutes to release the excess energy.
Okay, so left foot and left hand.
Yes, you hold here, right here, and
Mhm.
you hold here, and you're releasing the excess energy. And you'll notice that your bowels are moving much better. Your skin is getting better. Your skin's not getting dry.
And how many times and for how long each time we have to do this?
You hold it for 3 minutes like this, and then the
Okay.
close is just this right here, the wrist. You're just holding these points on the wrist.
Okay. But if we have to do it ourselves, then we can do only one at a time, right? Like we cannot
You can
somebody.
I do it all the time. What I do is with one finger, I'll take that bladder 66. I'm sitting, right? So all I'm going to move my camera here so you can see me. So I move
Okay.
my foot. You see, I'm sitting right here like this. And
Right.
so I'm going to hold my finger here. You see that?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to hold my thumb by the bladder point over here. You see this large intestine?
Oh, okay, okay. With the same hand, you can do both. Okay, got it.
Yes, this is how I do it.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yes, and then I just go in and I'll put, close it off over here for just a minute.
Okay, yeah. So then you have to come back and do it later.
Yes, 3
Okay.
minutes there, 1 minute here.
Here.
Uh, the lady who wanted stomach points. Now I'm going to send you stomach points for her and spleen points strengthening so you can share it with her.
Okay.
Because I don't want her to just keep removing the excess energy, because what will happen is it'll create some more problems. At least that's how I have been taught. I know there's a lot of people and there's a lot of different ways that you can do acupressure points. But the best ways to do, if you don't want to do acupressure points, just do the opening and ending points of the meridian. That will release, because those are open-ended anyways, because the energy pathway has to be open and the energies have to keep moving. So for the large intestine, if you were to just not worry about these points and you just want to remove the excess energy, you'd come in here and you would hold here. Right by the nose is where the point is for the beginning point and ending point. The beginning point is here, the ending point is here. So if you were to hold these points right here, it goes from here to here. Sorry, it has to go here, the same side, right?
Same. Okay, right side.
Yes.
And
So
this is for what again?
This is large intestine. You were
Oh,
talking
large. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, got it.
about, start from here and you'd end here, and you don't have to worry about closing anything, because those points are always open in our body, because the inner pathways are moving, right? Energy is moving,
Uh-huh.
and you don't have to worry about coming and closing here. You can just do, and then you will feel the energy shifting from here if you just hold like this.
Okay.
And you can do the same thing over here, and you don't have to worry about closing points when you're opening and closing from the meridian pathways, because we have 14 organs, right? So we have 14 nadis, as we call in India. We call the pathways as nadis. And if you're just using and opening and clearing the energy from the opening and ending point, then you don't have to worry about spills, because those are naturally open in our body anyways.
Okay.
Am I making sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
But I will send you this, and I can send the stomach points also and spleen strengthening points. So that way she can, work on it. It may help her better with the pancreas to strengthen the spleen.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Thank you,
this,
Dee.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Or
So the points you showed me by the nose, nostrils, right?
yes.
And finger. So it's the same side at once, right? You do once on left and once on right.
Right.
And that also you do it at least once minimum for 3 minutes each.
Yes, you can do 2 to 3 minutes, and that actually works for runny nose also. If someone's having a runny nose, they
Mhm.
can hold those points, and the runny nose will also stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन है? और ब्लॉसम आप है हमारे ग्रुप में डैलस के?
I think I'm
आपको मैं सेंड कर दूंगी.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'll send her this plain strengthening points, and she can do it.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you
need
so
to
much, Jaslinji.
You
Thank
need to
you.
send for the acidity or
sorry?
the pancreas, the one you said just now.
I'm sorry. What was that again?
I need it for the acidity also. I wrote the notes.
Yes,
Whatever.
yes, yes. I will send it to Vaishali or Sandhya ma'am, and they will forward it to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Can you post it in the WhatsApp group itself, please? This is so informative. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining and listening to me. Thank you. I appreciate
Yes.
the.
आप सभी लोग हैं ना यहाँ के मेडिटेशन मैजिक ग्रुप में?
हाँ.
ओके ओके तो मिल जाएगा आपको. और जस्ट नहीं तो मेरे को मैसेज कर दीजिए सेपरेटली.
You want to share your number, Vaishali, in the chat?
Yeah. I'm in the all groups, Meditation Magic 1, 2, 3. And my name is Vaishali Shah. So you can send me message.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to write down my number. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. And Jaslinji,
Yeah.
आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपको हम फिर बुलाएंगे. हमें आपसे बहुत सारा कुछ सीखना है.
Yes. Thank you.
फिर मिलेंगे maybe after 2 or 3 weeks.
No problem. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.